Hi ladies, thanks for taking the time out to interview with TIFScene. I'm here with Whitney and Franciska of Whitney Linen. I know you ladies just had your men's launch. Tell me a little bit about the fashion show and how it went.
Yes, we did just have our launch. We had it on May the 29th. And we had it at the Spoke Club. It was great. It's our new line. We had launched our women's line last season for spring summer 2013, and this was our men's launch for 2014 spring summer. And it was really fun. Well, Franciska could go through a little of the details. She's never done design for men's clothing, but she actually really enjoyed working with the men's line. And our inspiration a lot was sort of just a very casual, but sort of structured, sleek pieces, basic pieces that men would, easily be able to wear on weekends or going down south, or resort pieces, or just up at the cottage for lunch or whatever it is. And so we sort of did a very basic line with cargo linen pants, shorts. We did some beautiful linen shirts, cargo style shirts that are a little more relaxed, and then we did some great blazer pieces that were to dress up, if you want to wear it with jeans or a nice pair of pants. And then we did sort of a white suit as well that is great for resort wear, weddings for men and stuff like that to go to. But Fran did have, she had some fun working with the first men's line.
Yeah, it's definitely a really good new experience. As until now I've only been designing women's. And when we started to get into the technical part of it and, the fittings and all that, I was just really, really happy on how things fit on the guys, and it just looked like right away. We also had a lot of fun, I think both of us, with all the colors. As we had the yellows, we had the navies,
the baby blues. To bring some color to the men and try to get it's okay to wear color, and linen is a great textile to kind of play with color, because it is that summer textile, that summer fabric that people can wear in the summer, and a lot of men are starting to branch into some brighter colors, it seems like, and it's nice to play with that, and I think we tried to incorporate all that with the new line.
And actually one detail that I would like to point out that is, I would say, kind of unique for Whitney Linen, is that our men's blazers, they come with contrast buttons and contrast lining. So it's a lot of fun. By contrast, I mean, like, let's say you have a yellow blazer and we have navy buttons on the just on the cuff, and we have a baby blue lining with it. So it's a lot of fun. As far as I know, we're the only ones doing it in Canada, for sure.
I definitely haven't seen it.
So kind of putting little details to it that can be sort of a signature Whitney Linen idea or detail that I think some people will. It allows for the brand to stand out when people are wearing certain pieces.
Right. That's right.
So it's great. Yeah. So we had it was well taken.
What inspired you to pursue fashion design?
Well, for me, it was, it came, this sort of, the whole idea of linen and sticking strictly with linen came to me through a family friend, and she was in house design decorating and home decorating, really. And she had a catalog that was a design catalog at first, and she worked with a lot of linens for cottages, for decorating with like linen curtains to linen tablecloths to linen placemats, all that kind of thing, sort of house home decor. And she was, she had a connection with the linen, and she kind of said, well, I've always been in the fashion industry, and I was sort of seeing what I wanted to do, and it just came together that way. And I was like, well, let's do some lines, let's do some fashion, because of the fashion industry that I've grown up with. And then I was connected with Franciska through another very close friend of mine. And when we connected, we were just like, okay, great. Now I have actually the designer, the co-designer, because I don't have any of the real background of design, let's say, but I know what I like, and I know what I wanted the feel of the company to be, in the feel of the collection. So that's when we kind of just tried it out, and it's kind of grown quickly, and it's exciting, and we're kind of going forward now with some new ideas. We're doing our women's launch, our next women's launch for our next women's line will be in September, and that will be for spring summer 2014.
So when you're designing, when you when you're designing, do you have a certain man or woman in mind? Like who's the man you're designing for? Who's the woman you're designing for?
Well, the best way to describe the customer who we're targeting and the clientele that we're targeting, they're the chic ladies and chic men who do follow fashion, but they don't have to be on trend all the time. You know, they just have to look. You know, they like to look elegant, but at the same time they like to be comfortable. You know, a lot of times when you buy something and it looks super cool and super fashion, but it's just so not comfortable.
And you only wear it like a piece for one day or something, and then it's done. Yeah, exactly.
The next day you don't want to put it
it's
on
like a
anymore.
fashion statement.
But basically our goal is that that you don't only look good, but you also feel good.
Right.
Now, when we're designing, we usually come up with you know, sketches that we think that, you know, what our consumers would like. But we also, a lot of times, we call each other at 3 o'clock in the morning and say, oh, I just dreamt of something. Why do we do this?
Can we add that to the collection? Can we please add this to the collection? And a lot of it, we do like the mood boards and stuff, so it's sort of like a theme of like colors and feel and destinations, and you know, like have that kind of environment and natural environment that influences us and our design and our colors. And we also you know, for me it's sort of like just key people putting it out there. It's like the Lauren Huttons and, you know, people who travel, like classic, like chic. Brigitte Bardot was always down in south of France, you know, that kind of feel. And then the men, there's a couple men I could think of in linen, like George Clooney or, you know, some of those boys, right? But yeah, definitely, I think it's definitely a sort of, it's something that people can wear from, you know, work to evening to, you know, up at the cottage or to, you know, resort like weddings or whatever it is. So it's nice for that. It's got a sort of a very broad availability of, like, you know, what you can wear it with, right? Which is nice, yeah.
Definitely. So I guess your inspiration for your latest collection was exactly what you just said. More of a casual, but also dress up.
Yeah,
kind of,
yeah, and definitely we want to always just have something that's like a signature thing for Whitney Linen, which will always be something different or something detailed or something new that people haven't seen with working with linen, and so that will be coming out in September.
Definitely. It's really going to be worth it to check out the Whitney new women's collection, because again, we're doing something that has never been done before, and that's what we did last season when we launched, and now we're aiming for that again. So we're incorporating certain materials that, you know,
it'll be different. Yeah,
you
don't want to speak preview. I don't want to say too much.
Okay, without not giving too much away, where do you see the brand in 5 years? Or where do you want it to be?
Personally, as a brand and as the company, I would like international recognition a bit. It's great for, you know, getting the attention here in Canada because we are Canadian. We are Canadian manufactured. It is a Canadian company. But I think with having to broaden the awareness to international level would be great within 5 years, and hopefully that, you know, getting into some of the international fashion weeks and fashion shows that are more, you know, in Europe and through New York and through the States as well, being New York, then that would be, I'm not saying that that's the States, but you know what I mean, the fashion industry. And I think that would be really important for me. Just getting some real recognition throughout international, globally is very important. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.